Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. I'm doing it solo for a little bit tonight. Our German Shepherd had a little bit of a bladder issue as he's peeing some blood again. We thought that maybe we had it cleared up, but the antibiotics were not working. So he quit them yesterday, and today he peed a little bit of blood. Anyways, it is time for Dynamite, and that's what's happening. We got CM Punk in there with Dustin Rhodes. We all love Dustin Rhodes. Hey, Bryce and Walter, thank you for joining us. All right, let me get to the chat there. That is live. All right. Well, right now we got Dustin in there with CM Punk. CM Punk's going to try to make Dustin look fantastic, as he always does. He tries to make the other wrestlers look good. But anyways, we got an important announcement from Tony Khan tonight. It's supposed to be game-changing. I think it's probably just going to be announcing the New Japan merger that they're going to do. Not really merger, but their super show that they're planning on this summer. Should be entertaining for everybody that likes New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't know if it'll be televised. I don't know if it's going to be anything like that, but maybe we'll find out some more details tonight if that's what it is. Hey, Sophie, thanks for joining us. Just trying to get things going. The dog is sick, and so Dalitha is at the vet, but she will be here in a few minutes. Hi, guys. Did you hear that Netflix lost over 200,000 subscribers in the past year? Not a surprise. They don't have anything on their platforms anymore. I think with all these other companies doing things, I just don't think anybody would want to watch Netflix. I don't know what's on there. They have a couple good shows that are on there, but after you watch those, then what? And I don't think they release enough, new movies or whatever to justify what is happening with their price. So their price keeps going up and up and up, and their quality goes down and down and down. Hey, Matthew says MJF is carrying AEW. Hell, MJF is changing wrestling as we know it. And then kiss the ring. And that is absolutely true. MJF is the best thing on their roster. I like Jade Cargill also. If they continue to use her correctly, it should be great stuff. All right, CM Punk is outside the ring with Dustin Rhodes. Dustin's a little limpy. I think he's been in wrestling for something like 6 decades or something. I think he wrestled in the 80s and 90s, the zeros, the 10s, and now the 20s. So what is that, 50 or 5 decades? It's actually pretty amazing. I hope your pup is all right. Best wishes and care. Yeah, me too. I don't know what his problem is. Obviously, we had that slip disc in his back, and he was paralyzed for months and months and months. And then he got over that, and he was still kind of just pottying in the house. I keep him in a little, not a little, but like a hexagon area with a bed and then blanketry and then like pee pads. And he had been peeing the whole time kind of in his bed, and one day he just peed and it was like brown, and so we took the pee to the vet and it had blood in it and there was a little bit of an infection, so she wanted to put him on antibiotics. That was 29 days ago, and we took him off of it yesterday after day 28. If yesterday was Tuesday, yeah, yesterday morning was his last day, and he just peed in the kitchen blood. So he hasn't had to sleep on his bed or in his kennel for like a month, because when he's on him, he doesn't pee just wherever. But I don't think he can hold his bladder when it's like that. Anyway, Sophie says, I think people got bored on Netflix. That's why people gave up on Netflix and rather have every other streaming service than Netflix. Yeah, we still have Netflix, but we never use it anymore. There's just not a lot of good stuff on Netflix like there was. They used to have a lot of good shows. I think they still have like Year One, which is one of my favorite shows. But a lot of people don't like those B-rated movies, and I love them. But anyway, Sophie says, how old is the pup? He is going to be 9 in August if he makes it. We're trying to get him there. Right when he turned 8. I think it was 8. He was born in 14, so yeah, he's 8. Or was he born in 14? No, he was born in 13. He was born in 13. So he's almost 9. But anyways, we've been trying to limp him there. Like I said, he slipped a disc in his back and was paralyzed. Horrible bed sores. I don't know if I've ever posted any pictures. They were so disgusting. You wouldn't want to see them anyways. It was pretty gnarly, some of the stuff that he went through, and with the bed sores from the vet, because he was in the vet for 16 days when he first broke his back. And it was pretty brutal. Like, they had him sleeping on, like, concrete. And so his ulcers just opened up, and it was just disgusting. I mean, you could have stuck a Coke can inside of his body through his flesh. Yucky. Anyways, and then Netflix is also the most expensive streaming service out there. Yeah, but they don't offer any quality. That's the only problem. It's like they keep going up in price. Like I said, they do have a couple good shows, like that Clue one with Adam Sandler's pretty good. And then I think Sandra Bullock did a couple shows also with them. And then The Rock did that one with, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he's in a few movies also. And then Matthew says, the American Day, Dusty Rhodes. Cody is the nightmare and the dad was the dream, so Day works. Goldust is going to wrestle till he's dead. I love the American Day. He could, and I don't know. 8 years is a long ways away, or 9 years away. That would be pretty cool if he made it 6 decades. And I don't know, what's going to stop him from making it? Ric Flair wrestled forever. He might have wrestled in all those decades also. Oh. And then Sophie says, I go on Netflix every once in a while, but not as much as it used to have to. It has to be really great shows for me to want to watch Netflix. Yeah, absolutely. And that one, I think it's called Red Notice with The Rock. It's pretty good. I don't mind it. And it's got Wonder Woman in it. And then that other guy that's kind of funny. I just can't think of his name to save my life right now. But anyways, and then Walter says, Tony Khan has a huge announcement tonight. Yes, Walter. I think it might have something to do with New Japan, but we don't know. I'm speculating that it could be the New Japan super show that they're planning on doing together. I think it's called the Forbidden Door or The Forbidden Door or something. Sounds like some homosexual porn. All right, what do we got here? And then Matthew says, see, that is why I am not a pet guy. I'd buy a tortoise or something. Yeah, that outlives you by a couple hundred years or whatever, however long a tortoise lives. On Friday or on SmackDown, 8 p.m., I will be here from till 9:05 on my time. I'm going. All right, see you, Walter, if that's what you're saying. Walter, Dalitha is at the vet with the dog, right? Well, not with the dog. Actually, the dog's here. But she went to the vet to get the dog more medication. Woo. And then here's Leopold. We did name him. He has an official name. It is Leopold. It's Leopold. It's Leopold. It's Leopold. Say hi to everybody. Hello, everybody. All right. And then... not every show goes on Netflix like they used to do. Yes. I know, because there's other networks now, Sophie. It makes completely sense. And then she said that Red Notice was okay. I liked it. Where's Dalitha? And then Vince says, how's it going, Travis? Do you like how AEW already started with CM Punk? Maybe he signed a similar contract with Daniel McDanielson. It's hard to say, but I do notice that when he's wrestling, he starts the show. And it seems to be quite a bit, a couple times a month at least. And he usually makes the other competitor look pretty good. So, and if you're an old school wrestling fan, maybe that's what keeps you watching the channel for at least the first half hour. Oh, Dustin jumps off the top rope, and his knee must have buckled on him. I think he just got hurt earlier in the match with CM Punk. CM Punk was working on that that left leg. And then will Ric Flair be at the next Mania? Possibly. I think he will. WrestleMania 40 is going to be a spectacle or spectacular, just like Austin Theory. Woo! Just like Austin Theory. This is the American Nightmare right here. You American Nightmare. You Cody. All right. Lay down right there. Oh. All right, where'd I go? I go on Hulu and Peacock and more than Netflix. You know, I don't use Peacock, but for the WWE pay-per-views, and I watched some of the Munsters on there. And then we got Hulu, but I have not found anything on Hulu that I've liked. Not one thing. So basically, it was a waste of money, even though it was 99 cents a month. For when we signed up, it was a Black Friday deal or one of those like Cyber Monday deals or whatever. But either way, have not used Hulu. We tried to watch Vikings on there, and it had the commercials in it because we paid the 99-cent one and not the full version. And it was also on another network that we had. I think it was Peacock. And so we've been watching that. But I don't know if it was on Peacock. It was on another network. But so we've been watching Vikings, or we were watching Vikings until Talitha started her new job. And then, okay, did you hear WWE was interested in FTR? Yes, Sophie, I did read that they were interested in FTR. It's funny that they had the FTR, and they offered them over $800,000 a piece per year to stay, and they said no. And now they're probably going to get offered well over $1 million a year, and I don't know if AEW can keep them. So we'll see when their contract comes up. But when their contract comes up, I think Nick Khan has an option that he can exercise for another year. So it would be next summer, not this one, when they would be free agents. Unless that contract is just too steep, the accelerated extension. And then, hi, little Leopold, Whiskers. Keep Travis awake. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be going to sleep anytime soon. And then Sophie says, Travis, you look like you just woke up. Well, thank you. But no, I've been outside working all day on the yard. And then Matthew says CM Punk can call his shots because he is smart to do business and doesn't cost Tony much money because Punk is already made. He's a made man. Yeah, I don't know how much he's charging Khan. I don't know what's going on with his contract. I don't know if he's one of their top paid guys or not. And then Vince says, nah, Sophie, you just used to seeing him wearing a hoodie. Yeah, I do not have a hoodie on today. And then Film says, hey, Travis. And then, hey, Matthew, happy Wednesday. Travis, do you have your mic on? Yeah, it's right here. Am I talking too quiet? Did the cat turn it down or something? Because he was playing over here. If you can't hear me. You can't hear me. My time is now. It looks good. I could turn it up a little bit here. Whoop. All right. If that did anything, I did turn it up just to see hair. And then I also got Hulu 2 years in a row with the 99-cent deal. Ah, so you've done the same thing. Hey, Travis, did you watch NXT 2.0? Wow, it was a great episode. I did watch NXT 2.0 last night. I enjoyed it. I kind of fast-forwarded through some of it. I didn't watch it live. I did watch it after it was over because Dee was still here. She didn't go home yet. But when she went home, I did watch it. And then Walsh says, oh, wait, no, I missed something. Dude, are you looking forward to Rob Zombie, The Monsters? I think it will be worth a couple episodes. Yeah, is it going to be a series? Or are they going to just do a movie? It'd be cool if they did it as a series. And I'd also like to see the older brother from Ray, something about Raymond. I don't know if he's still alive or whatever, but the big guy, be Monster, Herman Monster, but he picked somebody else, a guy that's in some of his other movies, to be Herman Monster. And then Walter, I can hear you. And then Film says that NXT Natalya and Nikki Lyons in the same room. Woo! Smoke show, sweating, eyeballs with hearts, a big heart. Hopefully, the next episode. Please call it on One Night Stand. I don't even know when that is. And then Matthew says, Film Dr. Britt and Thunder Rosa? Question mark. CM Punk's got him up. Oh no! I think his body gave up on him. He's got Dustin pinned. 1, 2, 3. What the? How did that even work? So CM Punk wins basically by what we would call a fruit roll up, but it was like he just sat down and sat on his chest and pinned him. That's weird. And then Britt Baker, and then Sophie says, then Hulu. I've been watching shows I always wanted to see when it was on air, but for some reason I didn't. Yeah, there's a few that I'm going through now, like on these old people channels that I'm watching that I grew up watching when my grandma was watching, because I was raised by my grandma. And then Jacob Hajin said, hey, Travis, I am at work on nights now. I am at work at nights now. Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Are you not going to be able to be in here much, or are you going to be on your phone during work? And then Film says, Dr. Britt Baker, because she's my champion. I like her only as a friend, not a lover, Matthew. And then Jacob says, did you lose Dalitha? Yeah, she's lost. I don't know where she's at. I misplaced her. No, she went to the vet to grab some medication for the animals. And then hopefully your pup gets good news. Well, yeah, she hasn't got any news because he hasn't been into the vet. She's just got him on medication. At some point, we got to find out where this infection is, because it's got to be pretty bad if he's peeing blood almost instantly when he stops his medication. And then Matthew says, I think Punk is just trying to help build AEW. I mean, he's getting his money, but he is not greedy. Yeah, possibly. Like I said, I have no idea. But yeah, he's already made, in every one of these matches that he's been doing, he's doing very, very well by pushing other players. Travis, who wins a hypothetical match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk? In WWE, it's definitely Seth Rollins. Hypothetically, if Vince went out of his way and signed CM Punk, then CM Punk's going to win that. Right? Like, that's what's happening with Cody right now. Uh-oh, there it is. CM Punk wants that belt. And Paige just stepped outside, got in his face a little bit. They're toe-to-toe. They're going to shake hands here. They're both kind of baby-facey. Is that going to be at the next big pay-per-view? Is Punk going to win that title? I think they could put that title on Punk. That would be an interesting way to get things done, to get things started. And then, hey, Matthew, that's from Jacob Hazine. And then Matthew says, Britt can baker my cookies. Baker my cookies. Oh, Wardlow is there. Hey. You're back. Did you give him a med?
I already did, yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as before. I gave him 2.
Same pills exactly?
Yeah, the amoxicillin.
Did she talk to you at all?
No.
Hopefully she calls.
She probably was there.
Yeah, she was. That's who called it in. And then Vince says,
I didn't take the time to try to talk to him.
Roxanne Perez is a hot young prospect in NXT, Travis. And I only talking about her wrestling talent. Ha ha! I don't even know who that is. I'd have to look her up. Is that the one that's going to be wrestling Britt Baker MD tonight? I'm right there. Woo! I'm turning the wheel to the car over.
But he says is a hot young. So she must be in NXT right now.
Oh, NXT. I was thinking AEW. So yeah, I get my letters mixed up.
Yeah. Matthew says the Monsters reboot appears to be a series.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What is it? My tag?
No, the other earbud.
Oh, did you hear it?
It appears to be a series possibly on Netflix.
Oh, wow. Well, Netflix needs it.
Walter says WWE Evil had Sasha Banks on Talking It and was good on USA. Sophie says next week both final seasons of Ozark, Grace, and Frankie drop on Netflix the same day. Walter says CM Punk won. Film says, haha, she makes you a good one, Matthew. Matthew's like, hi Jacob and everyone, happy 420 I'm on my I don't know weed. Sophie says with the WWE doing a UK pay-per-view on Labor Day weekend, we don't know if AEW will move their pay-per-view the next day or the week after. Matthew says Misty went to Chipotle. We don't have one, so no. I wouldn't go there.
What is this, like a tag team match? Well, anyways, here
Walter
comes John
says
Mox.
Hangman Page. Jacob says it's bad news because they don't allow me on the phone unless it's lunchtime.
Jacob's now working nights.
Oh, bummer, man. So, but, I mean, work is good. Working nights is not so good sometimes. Sophie says, I don't see CM Punk ever coming back to the WWE. Matthew says, honestly, Seth and Punk is just a win for everyone. They would put on a gear match. I don't know if Punk can handle it. He's so old and gross in AEW as it is that he doesn't even do a very good job here, so.
You brought the bad news, Bear.
I did.
Get her some honey.
Bad news, Bear. It's because he does. His matches are
All right,
bad.
this is a six-man tag match.
Are good.
Is that Dante Martin that's getting stomped by Wheeler Yuta?
Yes. Sophie says, when is the AEW pay-per-view?
It is the last, probably Sunday of May.
Okay.
So it's going to be CM Punk and Adam Backman Page.
More Adam and Adam, huh?
No.
Oh.
CM Punk.
Oh, that guy.
Punk just came out. And then Dante and Darius. And who's the other homie?
On the other side of Weirdos?
Yeah, he's right there. Is that Brock Anderson? That's who it kind of looks like.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Brock Anderson.
His daddy's out there, so yeah.
I didn't see Aaron.
Out there. Sophie says, when is I read that. Matthew says, Wardlow will powerbomb the world. Matthew says, hi, Misty. Hey, Matthew. Walter says, there's Dalitha late. I was here. I had to go and come back. Philip says, hey, Misty, how are you, friend? Happy Wednesday.
Whoa.
Doing pretty
Big
good,
boot
Phil.
from Daniel.
Happy Wednesday right back at you, buddy. Sophie says, yay, Dia's back. Finally, the stream is back to normal. Sophie says, oh, yeah, happy 420 day. And Phil says, big hugs and big heart to Misty and Travis. Thanks, man. Walter says, Bryan Danielson and Yuta for the win.
Yes. With a little John Mox mixed in.
Film says, I hope we get a women's segment on AEW. I want to see Ruby Soho.
Be careful with your 420 stuff because it's laced with fentanyl. And it's pretty addictive. Just letting you know.
It has been reported in our area of the world that the weed is laced with bad things.
South Africa is flooding and people are dying. I did not know that. Oh, there he is. Brock Anderson. Just got suplexed.
John Moxley did something weird with his hair, or with his head. I think his toupee's coming off.
He could just cut his hair.
Something.
All right, we're back in picture to picture. Looks like Daniel Bryanson goes off the top rope. The knee in the back of Brock Anderson's head.
Walter says, and Moxley. Matthew says, Misty, you're an absolute professional. You just sit down and take over. Oh, you're the best. How is Pup? He's outside. I left him out there. He's probably eating chicken shit. Because that's his thing. Along with his own poop. Because he's gross.
I'm sure the people at home really care or want to even know that.
It's just facts. Anyways, I gave him medication before I came inside. Sophie says, wow, Idaho don't have a Chipotle. That makes sense. No.
I think there is.
Our town doesn't have a Chipotle anymore. We had one.
We had one, but they left.
And during the pandemic, because of everybody's stupid, it left. So there you go. I blame it on all you crazy people who went nutso over that part. Vindicator says, Dalitha, you missed the CM Punk match to start AEW. Thank God I missed something. He's getting the Daniel McDaniel Danielson treatment now. Slow matches and all. Yeah, because he's old and terrible at wrestling.
He wrestled
now.
somebody older than him. Dustin.
Well, then he had to go really slow, because they're both old. Philip says, I'm sorry, you have to go, Jacob. I'll see you next time. Matthew says, Seth looks just as greasy as Punk, LOL. No.
Bump, bump. Who is?
No,
Who looks greasy?
Seth doesn't look as greasy.
No, not
Oh,
as. He
not
does the wet hair
quite
look,
as
but
up there. He's still down here a little. He hasn't quite made it to that.
I think Becky will
area.
keep him away from the drugs.
Walter says Jim Ross, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone doing AEW commentary, calling great matches. Sophie says, so in a way, they got a whole month to build to the next AEW pay-per-view. Yes. And Vindicator says, so Duluth, how long did it take you to approve of the name Leopold? It was in the running from the beginning, people. Sir Leopold is over there sleeping.
He's right under the camera. If the camera could pan down, it would go right to him.
He's on a blanket over there. He's like, I don't want to.
I don't cook.
Is that how it works?
How do you flip it?
Matthew's like, hello, Sophie, you're the hill of chat, lol. Much love, Sophie. Daz Reynolds is in the chat. Hey, Daz says, who do you both think is next for a shot at Hangman? Also, what's the main event, please?
We don't know the main event right now.
Is going to be the next shot at Hangman. Yeah, I don't know what the main event's going to be. We've had, one match? This is the second one.
Yes, this is number 2.
And they have a whole bunch of matches still. Sophie says Netflix said that they are going to introduce a cheaper plan to the service in a year or 2. Matthew says fentanyl will kill in a milligram dosages. People overdose from it dispersed in the air.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous drug, but it's everywhere.
Marijuana in this area now.
Yeah, we just got a dealer arrested the other day. And it was funny because people on Facebook were like, and I get on Facebook like once every blue moon, but seriously, they were like, oh, these people's lives are ruined for weed. And then the story comes out like the next day that their weed was laced with fentanyl.
And that's why their life is ruined. Well, it's not because of the weed, technically.
I mean, it is in Idaho. You're screwed. It's a felony. Mm-hmm. Multiple felonies for him. But the women always get off. Like, it's the same people, right? Like, they live together, but the woman, well, she gets less charges.
She probably didn't really do it.
She's a dame. They don't do that.
She said that she didn't.
Did we see it? I cheated.
Shame on you. Matthew says Netflix was cool when it was DVDs. What y'all know about that, sucker? Got them all the time, my man.
Loved it.
3.
Got 3 twice a week. So 6 movies a week. Mm-hmm. I had to plan it because we had a sorting facility here. And if you got your movies back, they would just scan it and then send it. So you had to have it go back on Sunday so you got the new releases for Tuesday.
Yep.
And then they'd send them Monday and you would actually get them on Tuesday. I don't know if they still release movies on Tuesdays. Whoa, Dante almost fell. Uh-oh, he fell right into the Cobra clutch or whatever the heck that thing's called.
Good for him.
Oh, no. Now it's just a side
Sophie
headlock.
says, if AEW took a week off, would people realize it? Yes.
There would be a few 100,000 people that would realize it. Other people would be like, when did they move it? Is it on Saturday?
Right.
Who's this guy? That's not Darius. Has this guy been in the match the whole time?
Is that Lee Moriarty?
That could be Lee. I guess it isn't Darius. Oh, Moriarty. It's over. Dante. Oh, Brainbuster. 1, 2, and 3. How is the paradigm shift different every week?
Go, Moxley.
His finisher, I get what his finisher is, but he does it different every week to different opponents.
Maybe it's because of their height, weight, size.
He just had him down and looked like a brain buster. Usually it looks like a freaking DDT. So basically it's their brain bashing off the canvas.
Right. Well, good. I'm glad he gave it to that guy who everybody thinks is so great.
Hey, all 5 of them up there. I think the Bucks had got to be leaving. They're all lost. We lost. The Undisputed Elite.
Oh my goddamn dumb. Seriously, this guy.
He's going one-on-one with Jungle Boy tonight.
It's for a chance at the Dusty Rhodes thing or whatever,
Yes.
isn't it?
No,
not
Hart.
that.
Bret Hart's
Bret
brother.
Hart stuff.
Owen Hart.
Some dude. It's all about some guy.
It's a Hart Foundation thing. Like, literally. Like, the Hart Foundation was a tag team, but the foundation for Owen Hart's widow or whatever is charity. That's what it's for.
Yes.
What the fuck? A 10-man tag?
Oh, barf. Oh, Lord Jesus. Help me. Please. Sophie says, I remember Netflix being a DVD in the mail. It was great in the beginning, but Netflix got boring with shows and movies lately.
So Cole's acting like he's in charge. That's not going to help with Kenny Omega when he gets back. I've been calling him Landon. He got up, Brad. I got his name. Wardlow and the Butcher.
Up next.
The Butcher won it last Friday in a squash match. Like, it was pretty crazy. He just beat the shit out of the guy and pinned him.
To some dude.
Yeah,
some
like
random
Butcher.
guy.
The Butcher, though. Like, you don't see the Butcher. That's like seeing Dawkins in a singles match in a squash match. It almost makes no sense.
Right.
Like, they just wanted
Weird.
some TV time.
Sophie says Gamefly does what Netflix used to do by having games being sent through the mail. Gamefly did that a long time ago.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, over 10 years ago, I was getting games from Gamefly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's what Netflix used to do with the DVDs.
Mm-hmm. Matthew says Netflix is pissed for its users base being half of its value due to password sharing. Sophie says Netflix is going to get rid of password sharing now. Sophie says, do you think the WWE United Kingdom pay-per-view will be an annual thing after this year? I want to see how Netflix is going to get rid of password sharing.
So are they just going to let you have it on one device and stream on one device at once?
So no matter what you pay, you're screwed.
Like, I feel like I should let my kid watch Netflix in the other room and why I watch something else.
Yeah.
Or hypothetically.
Or are they going to do, make it so that you're, they're going to track your ISPs now? They're going to put little AI tags on everything and watch you through a window.
And then how would they know where you're at? What if you watch stuff at work?
Yeah. Wonder if you're not at home. Wonder if you take it with you. That mean you're sharing your password?
What if you have 2 houses?
Yeah, like me. I have 2 places I go. Is that password sharing? Because
I don't think
shared it with
anybody
my
in here
fucking
knows.
self.
We'd have to call Netflix. Let's do it. Should we do it on live?
Yeah. Call up Netflix and ask them why they're so stupid.
That'd be kind of fun. We could do that in a show.
Sophie says, do you think the WWE United Kingdom pay-per-view will be an annual thing after this year?
No. Yes, I would love to see it. Yes, everybody would like it. No, I think it's too expensive. Unless the UK government gives WWE a whole bunch of money, or they make a whole bunch of money.
They'd have to have some kind of weird contract like they do with Saudi Arabia for it to happen.
And the Saudi Arabian government pays them those millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they have enough of a following in the UK for it to be that big of a thing.
It's like this. The Saudi Arabian government pays for sports because they like it. It's the same thing if Tyson Fury was going to box Anthony Joshua, we'll say. They're going to pay $200 million for that fight, where at Wembley Stadium, even if it sells out and they get 1 million pay-per-view buys, it's still not going to get to $200 million. But in Saudi Arabia, they lose money, but it's the government. Who cares, right? They don't care. The taxpayers are paying it, or whatever. They're tourists. Same with Dubai. Dubai will pay $100 million for something. But I just don't see the British government paying Vince $200 million for 10 years.
Right.
But I mean, if Vince can make enough money, why not?
Matthew says, I'm surprised Austin Aries isn't in AEW. The paradigm shift is a fucked up double arm DDT. There
Exactly, unless he does it to Dante Martin. And then he's got his feet straight up in the air. It looks like a brain buster.
Maybe it's because Dante Martin doesn't know how to not put his feet straight up in the air.
Nah, I think it's just how they do it.
I think it's because Dante Martin's stupid. Sophie says most of the people who have Netflix now are old people that only have Netflix and nothing else. Old people? That's funny. Sophie's like, Netflix always wanted to get rid of password sharing for a couple of years. Matthew says it means that we're being watched constantly and that we fuck up the data by password sharing. So he's like, without tickets being sold, the United Kingdom are already going to be a sellout for the WWE whenever they do sell tickets for that pay-per-view. Yeah, they had people sign up prior or whatever it was.
I mean, if they're going to sell out 100,000 seat stadiums, Vince is going back.
Yeah, and he'll make sure that the governments are wanting to do it too. Here's your great announcement. It's going to happen.
Oh, shit. Here comes that announcement.
Here comes the very awkward man who comes
He is
out and
very,
does stuff.
very feminine. I wonder if he's a boy lover.
He's so awkward. It's so weird. Luke's in the chat though. Hey, Luke.
Hi, Luke. Yeah, that's what it is. It's going to be their joint event.
With New Japan.
Yeah, they're going to do
That's his big announcement.
a Versus in June.
Huh.
Oh, that's New Japan's president.
Nice.
He is a foot taller than Tony Khan. It's like you, Darvish. Whoa! Adam Cole's breaking in. I was going to say Kenny Omega, not Adam Cole.
What the fuck?
It's got to be Kenny Omega. What the fuck? June 26th. There it is. Called this earlier. Even the name.
Ah. I guess people know who Ishii is out there in the audience, or the fake people in the audience know. I can't tell if that's real cheering or bad cheering.
Is it Ichi?
King Switch, whoever that is. Jay White.
Oh, it's Jay White. Okay.
Who's this guy?
He is a meth cook from Chicago. No, I don't know where he's from, but we've seen him before.
Oh, this guy. Oh. So he and CM Punk are in business together? That's
CM Punk.
nice.
CM Punk. Why are you talking about CM Punk?
Meth cooking.
Oh. No, he's with New Japan. I think he's their world champion, or at least he was.
I don't care about this. Not even a little bit.
Well, it's not for you. It's for wrestling fans.
Oh. Well, good.
This is like the new Barbie release. Like, if you're not a Barbie fan, it doesn't do anything.
Anyways, Luke says basically Netflix is going to start IP address tracking where accounts log in from. Each account will be allowed 2 devices to log in with on a basic account. Higher tiers will give you more devices.
I think we're on the highest tier, but it's a waste of money.
So you're saying that no matter how many devices, though, they're going to track your IP address. So if you fucking log in somewhere else on your own account, you're password sharing and they'll lock your shit up. I'd be on their fucking phone and talking to them all the time. So he says, thanks for Luke for the fact. Yes, that is a very good fact, and I think you're being serious. P-Cole's in the chat, though. Hey, P-Cole says there's a 420 stream on my Reaction Couples channel. That's weird and funny. Walter says, okay, Tony Khan. Luke says, and the device you log in with the first time will be the only device able to be used. Also, Netflix is going to allow an add-on option to plans to actually be able to share accounts.
All right, there it is. The United Center, Sunday, June 26th, live on pay-per-view. So we got to mark that on the calendar.
So
there's the May and June pay-per-view for
yeah,
AEW.
May and June for garbage. Stuff that we don't care. So you're saying, Luke, that they're saying that no matter what, that the device you log in with the first time will be the only device that's able to be used? They can't do that. Are you fucking kidding me? So these poor people, who have it on their phones, their tablets, their TVs, their Roku, their Amazon, wherever at, and then they go somewhere else, they have to take their TV with them because, God forbid, they can't log in on their phone.
Why did they put wrestlers in the baddie section? Just put girls that are around the neighborhood in there. She's the bitch.
Who's the redhead?
Her name's Hogan, Kira Hogan.
That explains so much.
She's Hollywood Kira Hogan.
Cool.
The Butcher!
Nicole says, I'm watching the Celtics game, so y'all can fill me in. Yeah.
Woo! Well, right now it's the Butcher.
So much stuff has happened. Tony Khan gave a stupid announcement that got interrupted by Adam Cole because, God forbid, that other people get to talk. CM Punk won a match earlier, I guess. I wasn't here. John Moxley, Daniel McBryanson, and Yuta won against the other people that I don't care to say.
Is it weird that Wheeler Yuta is with those guys?
Yeah, but whatever, I guess.
Why
is
he
MJF coming down? Is it because Wardlow? Why does everybody have popcorn?
Why wouldn't you?
I have no idea. It's a weird thing.
It's what you bring to a fight.
Popcorn? Throw it in their face. Maybe they'll get some butter in their eye. Looks like Hush Sophia Walter says, oh, New Japan Wrestling. While Matthew says Adderall is a hell of a drug.
It's going to be a hell of a show. I do know that the New Japan stuff is hard to do live streams on because they do go after a lot of the content creators. So that's why you never see any news or anything on New Japan. It's because they try to get them banned. So we'll see how that works.
Walter says, okay, AEW versus New Japan. Luke says, Sophie, your sarcasm is not needed. At least my fact is a truthful, provable fact based off of Netflix announcements today. Because is Omega going to fight a blow-up doll again? When you're saying that he was going to fight.
That would be pretty cool. I was just hoping that it would come out. But they had Adam Cole do that announcement. That's how highly Tony Khan thinks of Adam Cole.
Yeah, I want to throw up lots. So he says, is it a pay-per-view and isn't the WWE running a pay-per-view on that same day? So he says, I could tell Dia's off since she isn't reading the chat like she usually does. Yeah, I was listening to Tony Khan's announcement that was worthless.
All right, so no, WWE does not have a pay-per-view on June 26th. They have one on July 3rd or 2nd. July 3rd. No, July 2nd.
July 2nd.
July 2nd, which is that Saturday. So there's no way they're doing back-to-back weekends or ever, in 2 weeks. It's I think it's the 8th or something of June. I'd have to look on my calendar, but so no, there is not a WWE pay-per-view at the end of June. It's at the beginning of June. All right, Wardlow has stepped into the ring. MJF has watched.
WWE doesn't have a pay-per-view on the same day in June.
That's what I was saying.
Sophie says, I could tell Dia's off since she isn't reading the chat like she usually does. Walter says, Jay White, new wrestler. And Film says, is Ayla not here? She's missing the good stuff of AEW.
No.
Film, she doesn't watch wrestling. And I don't blame her some days.
All right,
Luke
they have
says,
no.
That doesn't mean to leave those off.
Butcher.
It means chat is not entertaining. Walter
Butcher
says,
would be a
Bullet Club.
scary dude to run into at a bar and try to fight. He's a big man.
Yeah.
Wardlow's big. He's like an athletic jock type.
Right.
That other dude looks like a biker type dude.
He's
You'd be
like, I will kill you. I will rip your
he's
head off
main
and
vein
stuff
and
it up
whiskey
your
and
ass.
meth together.
Yes.
Whoa! Big right hand. Another one. Another one. He's probably drinking, what's that stuff that keeps your car cool? Coolant? What do they call that? Didn't they-
Antifreeze?
Yeah, Prestone. That's what they used to, the Hells Angels used to drink Prestone.
Ew.
Because it make them hallucinate.
That's nasty.
This is old school shit, like 70s stuff.
Luke says the IP address will also have the device ID number in it. So if it's a phone, when you log into Netflix, it will remember the device ID.
Right. I mean, and that's fine if they remember your devices or whatever, because it wouldn't be hard to hook up some stuff and then take it to other people's houses. I get it, to make it a hiccup, to make it a problem.
The problem of it is like, I have it on multiple devices. So what? They're trying to make it so you can only have it on one device and one device only?
No,
And they're making you pay for more devices. Yes.
That's not what's going to
Yes.
happen. No.
Yes.
Okay, keep saying yes, but it's no.
But
That's
it
not
is.
what they'll do.
That's what they're doing.
Right
That's
now.
what they want to do. Yes. To make it so you can't
you
share
saying
your
that?
stuff. I'm going back in time.
Well, don't go
Of
back in
Luke's
time.
stuff.
Just go to Netflix.
No, I don't want to go to Netflix. I'm going to go back here in the chat on Luke's
Wardlow
stuff.
into a big clothesline.
The device you log in with the first time will be the only device able to be used.
Right. That's
That means if I log in on my phone, you cannot use it on any other device in the whole fucking house.
Right.
You can't use it on
Right.
your TV. You can't use it on your tablet. You can't use it anywhere else. You can't use it on any... You can't go
Right.
somewhere.
And Netflix goes out of business, so that's not happening. So now what's the real thing that's going to happen?
But that's what they're saying. That's what they want to do.
Well-
Netflix is going to allow an add-on option so you can pay more money
Which we do.
to plans to actually be able to share accounts.
Right. The only problem with Netflix is they need to drop their price like $30 because it's trash. They only have a few good shows. It should be a $7 a month thing. But instead, they're charging something like $23 a month, and it's just not worth that. Look at that power bomb. Wardlow kicked out at 1.
Wow. He got a powerbomb on him? That's ridiculous.
The Butcher's a strong dude. That was the move that he pinned that other guy with, and he didn't even get a 1. Now Butcher's, you can tell he's scared.
Matthew's like, I don't want to troll. Walter's like, boo, Jade. And Luke says apparently they can do it legally, just wrong morally. Walter's like, the Butcher for the win. Pico says Netflix is going to make adjustments so people will be accountable. I guess
Oh,
good
God.
for them.
He almost didn't get him up.
Matthew says, plus I just made a sandwich to energize me for a 420 event. The sandwich is awesome compared to a gas station grind.
Has anybody ever seen a haircut
a
like
sandwich.
Wardlow's? Oh my God, he almost doesn't get him all the way up. So he's got his hairline shaved, but even in the front. It's like right here. If you shave just the, like a half inch all the way around.
People do that.
I've never seen it before.
I've seen
Now
I've seen black people when they get their hair cut, they do that. They do, right? So like they get those really cool haircuts. So
You're talking about the whole hair though.
yeah, so they like get it designed so it's like all like really smooth.
2 and 3. Wardlow with the
And then they like have like
right.
really angled
He's
stuff.
got long hair though,
I understand.
and he's got the
he has
first-
long hair.
half inch shaved. See it?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I've
Either
never
that
seen it
or
before.
he forgot to put stuff on there to dye his stuff or whatever. Anyways. Walter says MJF is in his box. Yes. Matthew, you'll have to tell me what kind of sandwich you made yourself. Walter says Wardlow's still handcuffed, no music. Film says, do we have one women's match? Yeah. There's an Owen Hart match between Britt Baker and who's
He went
the
like
other?
this, and that security guard fell down. He's like,
That's
ah.
funny.
Britt
Who-
Baker is going up against somebody I've never heard of,
There.
and it is going to be for the Owen Hart Classic female side.
There you go. So there's your female match that is happening tonight. If there's more, I don't know. Sophie says, I wonder how many total subscribers Netflix has lost the past couple of years. Film says, if so, I kind of prefer either 2 or 3 matches on the card that I would like to see more, in my honest opinion. And Luke says, Netflix has lost 25% of its viewers and 35% of its stock. Okay, so that, Luke, isn't because of sharing. A lot of that is because they've raised their fucking prices and have no content on there that people want to watch.
It's a terrible platform.
Like, there's not really...
I say it all the time. They need to be $7, $8.
It used to be fun to watch Netflix because they had stuff, and now it's just their garbage, and I'm not a really big fan of their garbage.
Right.
Like, there's some of their stuff that I don't ever want to have to see, and so, you know, it was cool when they had, like, movies and stuff on there, but now all the other places are doing their own streaming and everything like that. Why even bother having it? Like, they're putting themselves out of business doing the shit they're doing, but whatever. You know, you're going to have your diehards that are like, wow, Netflix stuff's really cool. But how many of those are there really? If they raise their prices more, people are just going to be like, done. I'll put my money into buying 3 different things. I'll buy HBO Max,
Paramount,
Hulu, and Paramount.
Peacock.
And I'm paying the same amount of fucking money for that I am for one subscription to fucking Netflix that has nothing on it.
Yeah, Netflix is a harder one to swallow now. It used to
not be that way. I used to feel justified in paying for it, but now I'm like, I don't even know if I feel justified in paying for it. Walter says the kitten has energy. Funny. Pico says the butcher needs a monocle.
He does kind of.
And a cane. Sophie says, so for the first time, AEW is going to hold 2 pay-per-views in back-to-back months.
Yes, but one of them is New Japan, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really count as AEW, but sure. Film says, hey, Pico, happy Wednesday. Pico says, antifreeze, are you serious? Does Undertaker drink that stuff?
The Undertaker? No. I don't know.
Does old Undertaker drink that stuff? Oh, because he was all...
American Badass?
He was on whatever you want to call it. Pickle says, howdy, Film. How's be your week been? Film says, pretty good. Sophie says, I'm surprised Ring of Honor wasn't part of that announcement. It shouldn't be. It's like it doesn't count. It's like, if WWE announces something, they don't include NXT. Same shit. Different day. Vindicator says, I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it one more time. So Dalitha can say it 3 times. But Tony Khan is a master of stirring up the forbidden pot of transactions. The forbidden pot of stupid is what it is. That guy is fucking retarded.
It's just strange.
And not in a good way. Luke says, according to Netflix public statement today on Wall Street, they said they are going to assign an amount of devices based on account tier. The more you pay, the more devices you can use.
Right.
But they've already done that. They've already done that.
They had a device?
Yes, you can only have it on so many devices, remember?
Right, but what you're misunderstanding. So remember Voodoo? You could only have it on 5 devices. If you wanted it on a 6, you had to delete it off one of the other devices. You're saying you could have it... Netflix you can have on 1,000 devices. You can only watch it on 2 or 3 at a time. But with what he's saying, that you can only have it on 5 devices, period. 3 devices, period. With the number on them. And then you have to go into your computer, go over to that section, hit the bar, bring it down, delete that one, and then add another
So basically, you're better off just deleting and getting rid of Netflix forever.
Well,
I think Netflix should be deleted. I think everybody should just get rid of Netflix at this point. Just delete them. They need to be canceled. Let's go through the cancel culture thing and get rid of them.
He's got a Tupac on him. A lot of people say that all the time, by the way. Cancel Netflix, cancel Netflix. I'm not one of those people that cancel it over the political stuff. And there is some things I want to watch on there. I do want to watch.
That's political stuff. I think that's just bullshit.
I'm just saying that there was things. There was some like naked kids dancing.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying that.
If you're paying for the content, then you're paying for. It's like if you go to a porn site and you pay for shit. Same thing.
All right, here is an Owen Hart
Although the
Foundation
show was
thing.
porn. And they weren't naked.
I have never seen it, so I don't know.
I watched it because I wanted to know.
Or like versus Jungle Boy in the middle.
Well, we know how we feel about this person.
Well, against Jungle Boy. Like, Jungle Boy better roll this fool.
He better roll him all the way down the block.
Although he is a tag team guy, but they have had him singles guy, so I feel like Jungle Boy should handedly win this. And he's got 3 dudes down there with him, or 2 dudes. At least, what's his name came out by himself. We'll see if they stay up on the ramp with him. Oh, they're leaving. It looks like they're not coming down.
Pico's like, yeah, it's pretty much Roman Reigns' haircut.
Does Roman have that too, where he shaves his bangs?
I don't know. I have never really looked at his bangs. Looks at if you get Hulu TV and YouTube TV package, you literally will have access to every channel available to premium cable packages, everything on Netflix aside from Netflix originals. Exactly. And Netflix originals, most of them are garbage. Like, how many of you watch every single Netflix original that's out there? Every single one. I'm talking every single one that they have released on their fucking shit.
There's a few that I would have liked to watch, but I doubt I'll ever get around to it just because they're too long. They need to do those series half hours.
Yeah, some of them.
I don't like hour series because they accumulate into 200 hours too fast.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few that I like, but they have to be shorter so I can sit there and watch them.
Matthew says, Kane had a crew cut mullet when his mask was removed. Vindicator says, so Wardlow is Kevin Nash to the extreme with these excessive power bombs.
Yeah, basically. Big Daddy Cool. And it was kind of like when he was power bombing big dudes, you know, and he hurt, I think it was the Big Show's neck. It's kind of like that with the Butcher. He almost didn't get the Butcher's head up and around so he could get him on his back. Scared me a little bit.
Ayla's like, he made a shit sandwich. Matthew, I don't think that's what you made.
Yeah.
But according to Ayla, you made a shit sandwich. Gross. Pico's like, line up nothing new. All the urban kids are doing it. Sophie says, why announce this big crossover pay-per-view tonight instead of waiting a little while to announce it? Matthew says, T-Mobile gets me Hulu for free. It was Target roast beef, Kraft cheese, mayo, and a few bits of deli mustard on white wheat because I'm racist.
Oh, O'Reilly trying to tap him out. You know, Netflix could join with like AT&T or something because AT&T left Time Warner, for that merger to happen.
Oh, nice.
They were going to stay and be a part of that, so it'd be a major merger, but they backed out because they said that's probably what's best for them in the long run. So AT&T is probably looking for a partner. So maybe Netflix, and then if you have AT&T, you get Netflix free or something. If they can merge.
I don't know. Can they do that with their ownership of DirecTV?
I'm sure they can do whatever they want.
I think that they shouldn't be allowed to. Luke says they said a majority of it is pricing and content, but then they stuck in a jab about account sharing. Of course they did. It was like, I like some of Netflix trash, but not enough to pay the new price. Film says, I'm not going to lie, there's just no good content out there to watch when it comes to cable networking or live streaming it. Vindicator says Netflix is yesteryear's news. It's all about Peacock.
It's definitely not about Peacock. But that's funny. And Paramount's not that good either.
No. Like, we started looking through these because we're like, well, we have them, right? So we're like, we should look to see what they have. So we looked at Hulu, Peacock, Paramount. We looked at all of them. Looked at their content. And we're like, this is all shit. And Netflix is shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is there anything that's any good? I'm like, maybe I just need to not watch TV.
Right. It's called Go Outside.
I need to, like, read books or something, I guess.
I can't
Spend
find
my
those
money-
either.
Spend my money on something that actually, you just have to just listen to things instead of trying to find series. And
Whoa.
you're going to have
big
to
spinning kick.
be like me and change your genre of what you want to listen
Oh,
to.
big knee. O'Reilly.
It's the only way
A
I've
little paradigm shift.
made
butterfly
Audible
suplex.
worth the effort or time or money.
Up, down. Oh, drops him right on his brain.
Brain dropping. Sophie says, isn't Netflix the first streaming service before Amazon Prime, or did Amazon Prime come before Netflix enter the streaming game? Blockbuster technically was before both of them. Sophie says, today Vin Diesel announced the title of the new Fast movie called Fast X. God, I didn't know he was even going to be in it. I thought he was done with fucking Fast movies. Matthew says the best thing to do with streaming services is to subscribe for monthly binges and leave. Also, there's also other options. Roku, for instance, offers a bunch of free content, free through ads. Bryce is in the chat. Bryce. Hey, Bryce says, did DMD come out yet?
No.
Not yet, hun. Still to come.
Not yet.
Coming later, along with everybody.
They're showing her right there.
Yeah. Before that, they showed dumb fuck and his dumb fuck bitch that are coming out because he won a stupid title. Sammy Guevara and his dumb bitch.
Okay.
The bitch and the bitch are coming out. Does that help? Matthew says, no one said her name and she came witch. Luke says, actually, Blockbuster became the first streaming service in response. There you go. I actually did streaming through Blockbuster and actually got movies through Blockbuster mailing before I ever did Netflix.
I didn't know it existed.
I was very a person who went to Blockbuster and rented movies a lot.
I cheated like Ravi, kind of. I would get the movies and then burn them.
Right.
So I was basically stealing from Netflix for years. Although I was paying, like they were.
Right. Anyways, we said in response to when Redbox and Netflix first came out as movie rental boxes. Oh yeah, and Redbox. I was doing Redbox and Blockbuster. I forgot about Redbox. They're still around. There's one outside of my grocery store.
Never used a Redbox in my life.
I have used multiple Redboxes. Not lately, but then Netflix saw Blockbuster get success streaming and switched. It looks like you convinced Jordan to get rid of Netflix. He has to wait though because the new Resident Evil is coming out and I want to watch it. Matthew says we pay for free things through our information. And Ayla says, Matthew, it was enough you thought about me. Sophie says, I get HBO Max for free because I have HBO for free. Luke says to streaming, that they switched to streaming severely undercut Blockbuster streaming prices. Joe Blockbuster under became king of streaming till Hulu, Amazon, and YouTube Red came out. So what happened with Blockbuster, Luke, is that they could have been a mega power in the streaming sense, but they said no. Blockbuster said no.
Yeah, they could have owned Netflix.
They could have fucking owned their ass.
For like $100 million.
And they said no. And so that's why Netflix did what they did. They said, fine, we'll become bigger. So they did. Which is sad. But it happened.
It worked.
Janelle Jackson's in the chat. Hey, Janelle, haven't seen you for a bit, man. How was your Easter? How you doing? Who would fit in WWE from AEW? Wardlow?
That bitch.
Butcher? That bitch?
Jade Cargill.
Red Velvet would probably do okay there. Trying to think of some others. Britt Baker would.
I think the dinosaur here would do good.
Jungle Boy, he'd do okay. He'd probably still be a mid-carder.
Yeah, I was going to say, he wouldn't last.
Kind of in the middle of the stuff. But there's quite a few that probably would fit. Not saying they'd be the greatest, but they'd fit in the WWE stuff. Sophie says YouTube Red, the streaming service that didn't last long.
I think Hobbs would make it over there.
Oh, yeah, Hobbs.
He'd replace Big E pretty quick.
Brian Cage would probably be okay.
Yeah, if we ever see him on TV
Lance
again.
Archer, even though he kind of...
The Murder Hawk.
Almost went there.
He could have went there.
Matthew says, Ayla, are you talking about the Netflix RE series? And Ayla says, yes. Piccolo says, LOL, some are worth watching, but I'm certain not your average streaming watcher. Matthew says, I seek your eclairs. And Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi says, yo, Jungle Boy. And Luke says, Stranger Things and the Marvel Netflix series were the only Netflix original I liked, but the Marvel shows are now on Disney+. So, Piccolo says, Alien in the house. How was your Easter, friend? Matthew says, is that series gold? It was a shit sandwich. Ayla wasn't lying. Piccolo says, I have T-Mobile. I forget if you get a tablet with some subscription service. Sophie says, Netflix doesn't have that many shows I actually care to watch. I watch stuff on there sometimes. Ayla says, it was alright. Colored eggs and had an Easter egg hunt with in the backyard. Ravi says, I wish I had all the time in the world, like D, to watch TV. I don't have time in the world to watch TV.
She really doesn't. She only has time on Tuesdays and Thursdays and then weekends.
Sometimes not even the weekends because we're doing this stuff.
Yeah, there's sometimes we have
I don't consider this TV watching time, guys. Like, this is like a job. This is not like, I'm enjoying myself and I can't
All right,
wait to
he
sit
might
and
choke
watch
him out right here.
You know, some wrestling today.
O'Reilly going to go out? No, he's punching him in the kidneys.
Let's see. Matthew says, I think I made caveman hash. Whatever I did, it works. I've got a RIP 420 because those delete that picks up crocheting and Audible. I actually do crochet. Thank you very much. And I do listen to Audible. Not always when I'm crocheting, but that's a good idea. I don't have to watch the TV and crochet. Sophie says with HBO Max, it is a little bit harder to get because you need your phone and you need to remember your DirecTV password and account. It was like not gold. I just enjoy the games and movies. Robbie says Sammy and Ty, LOL. Matthew says, LO, you mean Fast Triple X because Ben was in that rainbow movie called Triple X. Sophie says my aunt only have Netflix, but she only watches certain shows on it, but
Whoa.
she doesn't use it every day. It was like backdoor shuts 9 boy with boys. Vin was in that. Ew. Pickle's like, sounds good, Ayla. Had a ton of cousins and my nephews stop over. They beat me badly in video games and watched basketball games.
Good stuff. Yeah, we have backdoor wrestling coming up in June, huh? June 26th. That they call it the backdoor wrestling.
Is that? Yeah, that's happening.
Oh wait, Forbidden Door.
The Forbidden Door
Same
is happening. It's the same thing. Backdoor, Forbidden Door, all the same.
Whatever you want to call it, same thing.
Matthew is singing songs.
Whoa! Kyle O'Reilly's foot's gonna
I will
get caught
fulfill
up in the
all your
ropes.
wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito. Taco flavored kisses. LOL, J-Lo, South Park. Luke isn't moderating. LOL. Pickle is blushing. It intensifies. Ayla's like fun. And Ayla's like, Luke's a biche. Sophie says, some shows are on almost every streaming service out there and some are only on Netflix. And Luke says, I've apparently missed something. Who's that bitch? That's Jade Cargill.
Cargill is that bitch.
Jade Cargill is that bitch. That's how she introduced herself.
That's
That's
her.
what she is. That's who she is. So that's what she is. Ayla's like, you the bitch. Ayla's like, Luke, not like.
He just told him
Luke.
exactly what he
You
wanted him to do, and we could all hear it. I'm gonna miss. That's what he said. I'm gonna miss.
Who said that?
Jungle Boy whispered it to O'Reilly as loud as he possibly could, so we
What?
all heard it.
We don't want to hear that.
You don't want to see your kayfabe.
Matthew's like, LOL, oh no. Luke's like, and Ayla is a trolloping sausage wallet. And
What?
your point
Two.
is... Ayla says, nothing, just wanted people to know who you really are. Matthew's like, trolloping definition, please. Ayla's like, oh, you know, Matthew, you know. Robbie's like, do you love it interacting with chat? Sophie says, before this year, I thought Netflix was cool, but now I think it is boring, and I did have Paramount Plus, but for a short time last year. Pickle is like, 5-point game for the Nets, end of the third.
Woo!
Matthew's giving frog faces, and Robbie says, oh, Matthew, is that frog for Ayla? And Ayla says, lady of the night, ha 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 ha.
O'Reilly got to the ropes. This match is lasting
Sophie
way
says,
too long.
I forgot Blockbuster was the first streaming service. And Matthew says, as long as it isn't Glory Hole Baseball, LOL. Pickle says, backdoor New Japan sponsored by OnlyFans. Gross. Everybody's pride and joy. Adam Cole's going to be in it. There you go, guys.
He is.
Now
Who's
you
he gonna
guys can be
wrestle?
fulfilled in more than one way.
It's too bad Kenny Omega's not going to be happy or healthy for that one, because that would be a really good one for Cole and O'Reilly to Omega to be on that card.
Sophie says, I'm a binge watcher. It depends on
Whoa,
the show
what?
and what streaming service
Two.
I'm on. Matthew says, eggplant. That's for Ayla.
Oh,
Matthew
Brainbuster.
says, it isn't from me. Shrimp? Is that what? Oh, shrimp. Okay. Ayla says,
Will you go grab him? You want me to do it?
my red...
He's gonna fall.
I can get it.
You got it?
Just call your stuff.
1, 2, and 3. He got him. O'Reilly wins. O'Reilly wins. He's just going to fall like that. He's like, I'm so comfortable. I'm going to sleep through my fall. He's still asleep. Do you die?
No, he's purring.
O'Reilly wins. What an embarrassment to the AEW talent.
It says, my redheaded sister was joking about getting an OnlyFans. I told her to call it Forest Fire. Get it? Ha ha ha.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, barf. Matthew says, she'd make money. Robbie's like, D excited for a bit of Adam Cole. Matthew says, pimping ain't easy. Go,
Pimpin' ain't
Jungle
easy.
Boy.
Anything goes when it comes to hoes.
I take it he won? I wasn't watching.
O'Reilly won.
Oh, did he?
Pinned him right in the middle of the ring.
I agree.
I'm a snake.
Talk to the people. Talk to the people.
There's nothing to say. We got, what's his name in the back just talking? MJF.
Yes, tell them.
Kiss the ring.
Meow meow. Meow meow.
Sean Spears. Did he hire somebody else? Oh, looks like he hired somebody. Look how sweaty he is. He must be on sober right now.
I don't know.
Jake the Snake is just sweating like crazy.
I didn't want to stay here.
Oh my gosh. He's got to be coming off of alcohol or something. Is he shaking? I can't tell. Yeah, his hands are shaking. He reminds me of that guy that's on the other 48 Hours.
Oh. It was like, yeah, I actually said call it forest fire, but
Oh, whoa.
whole, but
I don't need your damn money. He's like, I don't want your money. I just want to fight Wardlow. And he threw his money back at him. There he is, the murder hawk.
Matthew says she needs a gimmick. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Friday for
How's that not
SmackDown.
exciting?
Very exciting.
Oh, was it? Pretty sure you didn't get excited about that.
Matthew says, have her sew sausage wallets for tips. It was like, that's her gimmick. Looks like and forest fire. Jesus.
Here comes the hooker. Stay here, buddy. I'm trying to think of that guy's name, JF.
Vindicator says, Travis, you heard about the old news of some guy selling his home to a fake Liv Morgan account? People are just so comfortable with being gullible and dumb these days in the name of goodwill.
No accountability on his own right. Like, he's just like, oh, I'm a victim.
I'm a victim.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? First of all, she's on TV. She has to make money.
Sophie says, with all these streaming services, you could watch current shows that are on live TV now on it. Pico says, see you, Walter. And Matthew says, LOL, oh my fucking god, Ayla, don't start some fan fiction shit or whatever. Sophie says, who remembers YouTube read that where Cobra Kai first came from, but it became a big hit on Netflix? It was like, I could do it. I don't tempt me. Luke says, Vin, as of yesterday, it is being reported that in 7 days, an unknown amount of fake Liv accounts have scammed over 4 million from people, and today Liv tweeted that she's contacting the IRS for an open book review to clear her name.
I did see her come out and say that somebody lost their house because of her. That's all I saw about it. But
is it really because of her? And is the IRS really coming after her about anything?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Don't bite.
She felt bad that somebody lost their house trying to help her out. But she said, I'll never ask any of you for money. But she'll probably open an OnlyFans when she's unemployed in the next couple months.
Right. Vindicator says,
Whoa.
Give me your money, your entire contract, Mr. Murder Hawk. Piccolo says,
Anthony Henry.
ASMR.
It looks like he's about ready to go out.
Matthew says, you're tempting me. Sophie says, Killer Cross and his girlfriend got married today. They eloped today in Alaska. Yeah, they got married on a glacier. It was pretty cool.
Denhausen, is he cursing him? He's trying to. He hasn't been able to.
Tell them. Tell the people.
It's over. And Hook wins. That was a quick match.
Big meanie.
Hopefully that was his last appearance on Dynamite.
No biting. No biting.
He sounds like a villain from the old Batman movies.
Right?
There it is. Danhausen just called him out. Is he going to answer? Because he doesn't know how to talk.
Robbie says Jake the Snake looks like he could pass out at any moment.
It's funny because his dad is really good on the mic, and you think that his dad would have passed it along to him to Hook. And Hook hasn't said a word yet because he's terrible on the mic. But you think his dad would have made him an all-around wrestler, not just a whatever the hell he is.
I don't even know what he is. Nothing.
He's just a little guy that does wrestling moves.
Yeah.
He was probably a good collegiate wrestler. Or maybe not collegiate. He probably just wrestled in high school.
Yes. Tell the people.
Oh. Frank Kazarian. They were friends.
Matthew says, Ayla, become a Nigerian prince. Robbie says, who's the kid that looks like he's just got out of bed? That's everybody's favorite wrestler, Hook. Sophie says, it's funny, the ticket sales for this joint pay-per-view go on sale May 6th, 2 days before Mania Backlash. Matthew says the IRS is going after BLM. Never heard of a $9.90 nonprofit organization. They should go after him because they're not...
We don't know anything about him.
Well, they have some horrible stories in the news about
bad
them
stories about everybody.
buying houses with all the money that they've squandered from people. Swindled from people. It's terrible. Luke says they aren't coming after her, but you know the internet hate mongers trying to say it's still her fault, so she wants a full audit just to settle it from her end. Vindicator says Scarlett deserves to be in AEW and taking the title off of Thunder Rosa.
And it really depends on what WWE is going to do with her. There is a good possibility, and I'm not just saying this, that she's released in the next couple months. Liv.
Oh, yeah, possibly with what's going on with her story, which is really weird.
No. They're not going to release her for that. Just because. They're not going to use her. They've shown it.
Right.
They're never going to push her. They just did the split.
Again. They did another split again.
Right. I'm just saying that Rhea's going to get a huge push.
Right.
Whether she hooks up with the two guys, with the Edge and Damian, or she does it on her own, but I have a feeling that she might end up with them, which would be a fun storyline. No facts, no stories that I've read or anything. That's just me coming up with that on my own.
It says, Matthew, give me money. If you do, you can become a Nigerian princess. Matthew says, Danhausen hasn't wrestled yet, right?
No, I have not seen him in the ring.
And
At least not on Dynamite.
And Hook is overrated. A little bit. Sophie says Roman is set to be at Mania Backlash. His opponent is unknown at this time, and they aren't planning to end the brand split anytime soon. Dave Meltzer reported it.
Yeah. Probably Drew McIntyre would be my guess. He's going to be wrestling Drew in Europe over the next few weeks.
Don't chew on that. Vindicator says Liv will be fine. She handled the stalkers, and she will handle this too. Will probably be forgotten in 2 weeks. Well, the problem if it is Vindicator, it's not really her responsibility to handle it, right? I mean, the people that are getting scammed, it's their responsibility not to be scammed. Don't fucking believe who in their right mind believes that a wrestler will contact you for money. No way. There's no good goddamn way.
I know somebody that believes that he talks to wrestlers.
I get it, but you're delusional and you need mental help. If you really seriously think that a wrestler
that's
who's
working
on TV and worth anything
weekly,
like even Liv is, right? Not saying she's not worth anything. Worth something, and she goes out there and works for her money and gets paid to do what she's supposed to do. That she would be on goddamn Twitter and Instagram begging dumb assholes out there for money. There's no good goddamn way she would. Or any other wrestler. And the only time that they're going to have any kind of money they're asking for is they're going to be doing something for said money. As in, being at WrestleCon, taking pictures with fans, giving you an autograph. That kind of stuff makes sense.
selling us peanut butter.
Selling peanut butter. Selling
I can't wait to have Braun Strowman's autograph.
peanut butter.
I'm kind of excited about that.
Selling
Barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce.
We should have bought that
Jim
one too
Ross.
because we could have got his
selling
autograph.
spices for Brock Lesnar. You know, I mean, there are places and things that you can do that if you want to help the wrestler out, that they are probably more than happy to say, well, yeah, I have a charity, blah, blah, blah. Please give it to this charity. They aren't going to ask for it themselves. And if they do, there's something fucking wrong with them. And you should be asking yourself, is this really them? And why are they asking for money? This is weird.
So you could have yesterday went to where Britt Baker was and brought baby formula and got a picture with her. That's what she was doing yesterday.
They've got a shortage of baby formula in some places.
Oh, I didn't know that. But anyways, I
That's
thought that was
why.
pretty cool. And then Sammy Guevara and his woman, we're doing the same thing today with diapers and something else. You could have got pictures with them, so.
These people.
Yeah, these two.
Boo! Do not pump in any kind of fucking shit sound for them.
They're booing.
Booing.
It's fine.
Ravi says, LOL, Hook looks grungy. Matthew says, no, Ayla, say, you send MMR 500 and I'll wire you the 50,000. Vindicator says, how much does Leopold weigh? It weighs about 2 pounds.
I think he's 3 now.
He might be a little bigger than that, but
He was 2 before we got him.
he was only 1.98 when we got him.
That's 2.
And now he was 2.4 when we...
7.
Oh, was it 7? 2.7 on the scale we bought. It says that too, Matthew, but I find more people want to be a princess.
He was 2.67.
He's a guy, so he won't mind sharing that information about how much he weighs. Chris Akane's in the chat. Hey, Chris says, hey, Travis and D. Hey. Matthew says, are you trying to sell them? How much for the lot? Luke says, the latest news that just started circulating is Alexa and Liv are both pushing to become a team or faction. Is also being reported that if they don't, Bliss is probably done, and so is Liv. Matthew says, I'm a princess.
I think Liv just, or not Liv, sorry. I think Bliss just changed her name on the Instagram. She got her WWE name on Instagram or something.
For marrying or
Yeah, I
something?
don't know what it was, but now it's Alexa Bliss at WWE. Something
Maybe-
with Kaufman.
Maybe it was the peanut butter and stuff that that we were talking about. Luke says, but the story just broke a few minutes ago, so who knows the actual substance yet. Roy says, oh, D, what are you selling? I'm not selling shit. Sophie's like, if they aren't going to end the brand split, what is the point of unifying both the tag and world championships?
We'll see if that happens. I think it's probably just a storyline. Remember, the Usos kind of aren't that great. You know what I'm saying? Like, they lose and it upsets Roman. They could lose and upset Roman still.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Sure.
they win him, more power to them.
Vindicator says, selling beer like Stone Cold when you getting that lager, Travis. Matthew
Right.
says, LOL, or Sunny, a.k.a. Tammy Stitch, calling up a fan for commissary money in jail.
I would send her $20. She's in
People-
jail.
I wouldn't give her money. She killed people with her stupid.
She's
No,
a
no,
wrestler.
no.
I'd send me a request for $20. I'll Venmo it to you in jail.
Pico
What
says,
are
I don't know what's
do
happening.
jails have Venmo?
No, no. Pico says, I don't know what's happening. What's this? new
Their
rant
kissing is
about?
so disgusting. Can't they just kiss normal?
No, they can't. Nobody can. Nobody. And why do they even have to kiss? That's my point. Why? We know you're together. I don't give a
Oh, they're gonna give him the pounding that his girlfriend dreams about. Old Huckleberry or what is the homeboy's name there? Lambert, that's right.
shit. Robbie says Britt is a very selfless woman. Matthew says that's really cool. There is a baby formula shortage right now. Sophie says maybe Hook will make his first AEW pay-per-view in May. And did you guys watch the Batman on HBO Max yet? No.
Is it on already?
Yeah, I think it released it like this week or something.
Hell yeah, I'll go watch it right now.
Robbie says Ty and Sammy, the B-Tech, Miz, and Maurice. Can you wait until tomorrow?
I'm not really gonna watch that, but yeah. So I got on the
I'm not really going to watch
the
it. My bad.
KODI that
Uh-huh.
we have.
Yeah.
I got on there to see if they had that new movie that came out Friday,
Oh, yeah.
and they do, but it's like somebody just set up their cell phone in like the movie theaters. Like
Oh,
it's
God.
terrible.
So bad.
I like watched the first scene and I was like, yeah, I can wait.
I can wait 45 days.
I can wait.
Robbie's like, Ty and Sammy, the B-Tech, Miz, and Maurice, LOL. Luke says, this weekend in Kansas City, Planet Comic-Con, Booker T, Jerry Lawler, and the rest of the wrestlers appearing have decided to not charge
Malachi.
for pictures and autographs unless you want a ton of pics. And even then, right, so let's say they don't charge, right, and you're still like, well, I feel like I should give you money, right, and you give them like $5 or $10 or $20, let's just say. Then it should just be like, great, that's awesome. We're going to donate this to one of our favorite charities, blah, 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 right? Isn't that what's supposed to happen? Like that kind of shit
Or
should
just
happen.
go up there to them and say, hey, look, and then have it already set up to a charity in their name, and then just send it.
Right.
Okay, who's this
People
broad?
says Skanky Ty looks
Who is
great.
she?
Woohoo! Danielle Camella.
I like the name.
Danielle Camella.
Camilla. It's like our vampire book. It's the first vampire. It's Camilla.
Robbie says Bliss is a ham roll. Forget her. Vindicator says stop calling the furniture Leopold. Travis doesn't want to come out of the wallet to replace it.
Right? He's sleeping again right where he was. He must like his spot.
Either that or he just likes that blanket.
Good.
Either that or he does like it because now he's like, I'm here and I can see everything that's happening. Sophie says the reason Bray Wyatt hasn't signed with AEW is because he's asking price.
I think they are in Pittsburgh, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're in Pittsburgh. They said it earlier.
Look, the terrible towels, yep.
She told him to bring their towels. Robbie says, oh, D trying to sell stuff. Oh, I'm not trying to sell anything. Looks like, Robbie, you're the size of a step stool. Quit shit talking, Bliss.
Who's this? Couple Pittsburgh Steelers football players. Harris and Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth.
Freiermuth?
He fries meth.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Poor guy. What a horrible last name. That's sad. Robbie's like, Luke, do you go to bed looking at your Alexa posters? Sophie says Finn Balor might get released next with the way he lost the U.S. Championship this past Monday. Luke says, maybe I do, Robbie, but at least when I go to bed, I'm not wishing for a lifetime supply of Miracle Grow. Angry face laughing. Pickle says, oh, well, I'm leaving.
If Finn Balor gets dropped, he's going to be in AEW. He'll be one of those guys.
People, why are you leaving?
Who's leaving?
My new rant was about people being swindled by fake wrestling
Carmella.
names. That's what I was ranting about.
Carmella is very curvy. Nothing wrong with her.
What I was ranting about.
Brick Baker's got that
So
butt.
he says for some reason they aren't taping SmackDown in Europe. They are taping next week's episode of SmackDown this week after SmackDown goes off the air. Robbie says, Luke, you need to get out more.
Yeah, they don't want to do any of that live stuff.
Hey, moderators, moderate this. What did CM Punk say when Adam Copeland started touching him?
Oh, no.
Pickle says this was formerly Vanessa Bourne from NXT. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That's who he was talking about
she's
earlier.
curvy.
Thank you, P. Cola. Information is good. Vindicator says Danielle is a hot... Or Vindicator was talking about it. That's who. Danielle is a hottie. WWE should sign her to replace Carmella with some real beauty. Matthew says, I'm straight edge. LOL. I'm straight edge. LOL. Adam Copeland is Edge's real name. Ha!
I knew who that was, yeah.
That's what he... That was what CM
straight
Punk
edge.
say when Adam Copeland started touching him.
That he's
I'm
straight
straight edge.
Uh-huh. So are they showing that it's on the network now or something? Is that what this is?
Maybe.
I didn't know it had been out for that long. I thought it just came out.
Started out. Well, the movie came out a couple months ago.
Yep, there it was on
Now
HBO.
streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, we can watch it tomorrow. Noon.
I won't be here at noon. You weirdo. It's not that long. So it was like maybe Roman will fish.
Oh, are you coming tomorrow?
Yes, I planned on it. I think they're saving Drew versus Roman leading into the UK pay-per-view in September. Vindicator says Dr. Faker on TV needs 30-minute break. It was like, haha, step stool. Sounds like, let's go, DMD.
Right, but the only problem with that is that they're already wrestling. They're on the posters in Europe at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess they could not put it on television.
Yeah.
I guess Roman did some babyface stuff in his interview, and so they asked people that were there in the crowd not to post it.
Right. That's funny. As they go, here, I'm posting it.
Oh, no problem.
Post it, bitches.
Like I would agree to that. I'd be like,
stuck.
what you trying to do?
Pull it this way forward more because it's got pushed back.
I don't think it's got pushed back. I just put it there. Just be careful because if that goes off, then you're off there. Okay, pull.
There. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it got pushed. because it wasn't. It was like way far. Anyways, we're picture-in-picture, by the way. DMD's getting her ass beat by
She is. By
Danielle.
old Vanessa Bourne, or Danielle Carmella. Camella.
Luke says the wrestlers appearing have stated that they want people to keep their money with the inflation crap and price of gas, and Booker and Lawler have already donated $500K to Kansas City Children's Mercy. So he says if Roman is going to be part of Mania Backlash, they should have given us hints last week on who he is facing at Mania Backlash. And Matthew says poop. Robbie says this should be a decent match, and Bryce says I'm whipping the terrible towel. Let's go Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Yeah, Dr. Britt Baker and DMD. Robbie says DMD with a roll-up already. And Sophie says, you heard Bliss talk to Vince McMahon about how unhappy she is with the creative. Luke says, we already talked about that. Sophie and Bryce says, I kind of hope WWE doesn't release Bliss. I'll be kind of bad if it's the top merch seller in WWE.
I feel like if she was released, she would have nowhere to go. It would be the end of her career.
I think she would just not wrestle anymore.
Well, I think it'd be the end of her career.
I'm sure she can do other stuff.
Because that is the type that would just get blackballed in AEW. If they brought her in, it would just be to lose. And that's just not right.
Well, they didn't. I mean, Ruby Soho or whatever is there, but she doesn't really do anything anymore.
Yeah, but she's not. You don't consider her a Barbie doll. And they considered Bliss a Barbie doll type. And so they're trying to stay away from the Barbie doll types. And that's why their women's division isn't the greatest. Even though they have the perfect Barbie doll at the head of their women's division. That bitch.
Yeah. Luke says, I feel like Sophie is that person who can't stand being left out of combos. So she'll chip in with anything, even if it's about a 10-minute-old combo. So he says, remember when Sammy was engaged a year ago to another woman?
Yeah, his fiance at the time.
Yeah.
He did it in the middle of the ring. It was just weird. It was just ill-advised.
Totally. I know, because I made comments about it a lot. I've made comments about it a lot lately. I made comments about it when he decided to be with the other one. And all of a sudden, what happened to that?
He likes big butts and he cannot lie. Whoa!
They made
Sling
this
blade.
big thing about him proposing to this woman that's the love of his life.
What the fuck? She telegraphed that one. She took her sweet-ass time and did it as slow as possible, if that's what you call telegraphing. Whoa, spinning neck breaker.
It was the Batman hit HBO Max this past Monday.
Whoa! I did not know that. I would have watched it last night.
Yeah, we just told Travis that like 3 times already. Now he can say again. He didn't know that.
Did you know that? You knew it was on there and you didn't say anything? You're just like, fuck it. Nobody would watch that. Look at this. She's got her glove on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's doing it on the other side. The lockjaw's locked in. Camilla taps.
Well, she's not going through, but Britt
JR
Baker
just
is.
called her the baddest bitch on the block.
So this was to be in the Owen Hart tournament, by the way.
Yeah, she's winning that.
So she can get her title back?
I don't think it has anything to do with titles.
Mm.
That's all the broads that are in it.
Sheeta, Britt, Tony, Ruby, Red. Who's Britt Baker's other weirdo girl?
Jamie Hayter.
Hater. Mm.
That's a fact. The women's division is a disaster without her.
What the fuck? Mm-hmm.
Crowd didn't like her, did they?
Weird. Looks like, see, laughing. Pico says, Sophie, you like this Batman. Matthew says, Luke, I think you're overly exaggerating your cleanse spells, Sophie. Maybe you should relax a little. Pico's like, damn, Luke, I ain't paying attention.
Oh, shit.
Luke's like,
Tony,
really, Matthew?
you're going to want to leave this company, too.
Mm-hmm. Matthew's like, cheers, and Pico says, do you with the mukbang munching we always wanted. Is it, though?
There it is. She's starting it. She's starting it right now.
I'm sorry. I just wanted some lemon cream pretzels, bitches. Film's like, all right, she won. And it looks like really for laughing my ass off. I love you and Trev so much. What? We didn't do anything. Bryce says, hell yeah, DMD won, baby. The Pittsburgh Steelers glove looks legendary. Why does she sound like she's all upset?
She's nervous. Yeah. She messed up and her voice changed.
Matthew says, Misty Mukbang Inc. Trademark that business.
DMD. Oh boy, it's like. Oh. He just started talking
like,
on
I want to talk. It's
like,
not working.
I want to feel this mic.
He's like, what? Oh, man, it's
oh,
not
he's
even
still
working.
got the mic. He's like rapping. Uh-oh, there she is. Serena Deeb. What a hell of a long storyline. And you know what else is the longest storyline that I can remember? Is that the cheerleader. What's her name? Hart?
Oh, Julia.
Julia Hart. That
And the
storyline's still going on.
But nothing's happened with it, so we have no idea.
It's slow growing.
Maybe it's stuff on Dark and Rampage that we're not paying attention to.
Silent
so
like a
maybe
cancer
things
grows.
are happening, but we're like, what? But it's really like skin cancer.
It's just slow like a cancer grows. Eventually she'll be good.
Terrible and scary.
When
And by
she's
the
like
time you know
30,
what's happening,
when she's
it's too
30,
late.
she's like, I can see.
It was like, cool, Luke. And Piccolo says, Boston's going to win this one. I hope they sweep these fools. Sophie says, I think tomorrow marks 600 days.
That's on
since Roman
Friday?
been champion. What is what?
Oh, Jade Cargill fighting that UFC fighter chick.
Oh, so it means nothing then. She'll win. Sophie says, I think tomorrow marks 600 days since Roman's been champion.
Yeah.
Matthew says, Ayla, you're the mods of mods.
There's
That's
that
why
10 man.
you're the undefeated
Hey, there's
chat
Julia.
champion. Ayla's like, I don't have the power.
That's the main event, the coffin match.
match.
Darby Allin against Andrade El Idolo.
I forgot that this was even on. Robbie's like, Ayla, I thought you had all the power. And Luke's like, Ayla, what did I do now, Ayla? Hey, Ayla, did you guys ever go to Costco and get those lemon cream pretzels that you said that Jordan would love? Mm-hmm.
She got a whole bunch of these kind. Like 12 bags of them. They're all over the kitchen cabinet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, those aren't. I thought you said.
I said the lemon cream pretzels. I
I
said,
thought you
did she
said
ever go
the
there and get
mint.
the lemon cream pretzels?
Was there any left after your trip?
Yes, there were plenty left, sir. It was like, damn right. And Robbie says Darby the main event. And he was like, I couldn't find them. Luke says, if I knew, I wouldn't have asked. And he was like, we looked everywhere. Well, you know what?
Ah, you just took them all.
I did not. There were plenty left when I left. So you know what, Ayla? Why don't you guys come get your car? And I'll throw in a couple bags of fucking lemon cream pretzels for you. I ain't sharing the mint cookies, though. Fuck that shit. No,
She uses
I
those
will
like
definitely
crack.
share the pretzels, though.
You want one?
No, I was eating pretzels.
You
I knew
wanna
they
mix
were
some?
in here. No.
If you want to eat them together.
Ew, gross. No. Ew, yuck. No.
I don't think it would be gross.
It was like, I said good day. Sophie's like, they released Bray Wyatt and he was the top merch seller. The same could happen to Bliss.
Oh, Ayla.
Actually, he asked for his release. That's different.
Ayla, your grandma wrecked her car today.
Your mom wrecked her car.
Yeah.
What did she do?
She called me crying today.
What happened?
Somebody parked next to her, and so she was trying to back out of a parking lot without hitting them, and she hit a big pole.
It looks like bite me, Ayla. And Robbie says, Ayla, when your house is ready, are you doing paid house tours? And it was like, oh no, God, no, you keep that car. I ain't fucking keeping it.
I'll look at it. I think the transmission's bad. I haven't looked at it.
In their car?
Mm-hmm. I think that's why they never picked it up, even though they never told me.
What the fuck is wrong with you kids? Seriously. Communication.
Well,
it is good
so
stuff.
Jordan had talked to me. Jordan had talked to me about the transmission before, but that's all I got. That was it.
Right.
So,
like,
but anyways,
if you need to move the car, here you go.
if you do want me to look at it, I will. It's still in the same spot. I'm like, why is the car here? But it's not in the way or anything. It's out in the road.
Bob is like, D, don't be tight
Maybe-
with the mint cookies.
Maybe
Oh,
you
fuck
could
that
luck
shit.
out and somebody will hit you and then stop and be like, oh, I hit you. And then you'll get a whole new front end.
Oh, it looks like, no, Ravi, I don't want any of you weirdos near my shed. I want to be near the shed. I'm a weirdo.
Darby, the house elf. Here he comes with his left side
I want to be
painted.
near all the animal sheds.
He's got those old school skateboards. Did you ever ride one of those type?
No.
With the flat tail and the...
Never rode skateboards.
I had one of those when I was a kid.
Matthew says Ayla still has her broom to get around on, and Ayla's like, I'm trying to make TikToks about the house. I haven't posted them yet.
That's so much fun.
Vindicator says, Jalitha, would you be okay with dipping pretzels in creamy peanut butter?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I'd be okay.
There's the
with it.
coffin.
Chocolate covered pretzels and peanut butter.
Oh,
would be pretty
Andrade's
good.
already out there? Did he come out during the
I
commercial?
guess. Because we didn't fucking see it, and it wasn't before the commercial.
You sure?
Yeah, it
We
wasn't.
just weren't talking? or
Sophie
something?
says, I saw the Batman twice, once in movie theaters and the second time at home with my mom. Robbie says, yo, big up Travis. Is there anything you can't fix?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Like,
Himself.
right. My brain. No, if it's mechanical, I can fix it. Like, I can pretty much fix anything mechanical. Since I was a little kid, I used to take things apart and then put it back together. Like, I got one of those ghetto blasters when I was a little kid, and I took it apart and put it back together. Most people take things apart, but they never put it back together, and that's where I changed. I got some crazy stories about putting shit back together that'll warp people's brains from nowadays. So my parents were from a different generation, and I took apart a nightlight. You know the little nightlights have the little Christmas bulb, like the C7 in it? It was plugged in the wall. I'm like 9 years old. It's plugged in the wall. It has one screw on the front. This is just one of those generic ones that has a little cap on it. They still sell them today for like $5. I pulled the cap off. I took the screw out and took it all the way apart. This is plugged in the wall. Now there's 2 prongs that are plugged in the wall. And I'm like, well, I got to put it back together. 8 adults in this house staring at me going, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And I did it. I reached up and I grabbed both of those prongs to unplug it. I might as well just stuck a fork in an electric socket. I mean, that's what it was, right? I had 2 prongs. I grabbed it. It was like, So after I got zapped, that everybody's laughing at this part. Look at Sting! I got a pair of pliers and pulled it out, put it back together, plugged it back in, and it worked. But, I mean, can you imagine? Like, there's no way I would let my kid shove his finger in a light socket. And there was 8 adults in the front room just watching me like, oh, this is going to be great.
Like, what's he going to do?
This is going to be great. And the funnier thing is their dad was an electrician.
Right.
Roy. That's what he did for a living. So they must have known that it wouldn't kill me or something. Well, he'll let go in a minute.
Ella says, George literally said he talked to you. It's his car, not mine. I just assumed. Did he talk to him about the car, though?
You got to remember, I didn't even see Jordan that night. And the only time I talked to Jordan was when you guys were here the time before. So, anyways, I can look at it.
Pico's like, charge ghost hunters and set up some fake paranormal-ish, right? Matthew says, it could be as simple as a fluid change. Anything more isn't worth it. It says, we look at Jordan's car laughing. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Robbie's like, Luke, your biggest weirdo going, lol. Vindicator says Travis should open up his own auto shop, or at least some little store that can compete with AutoZone.
AutoZone.
Yeah.
That would be parts.
Right?
I don't want to sell parts.
Ayla says, stay away from Luke's shed. He's shy and he'll pew-pew you.
Pew pew.
Luke says, Robbie, sometimes I wonder what goes through your brain
Oh,
before
no.
you speak.
Oh no.
Oh,
Sting
no.
getting jacked.
That was his head a
Oh.
little bit.
It doesn't matter. It's Sting.
Luke says...
Oh, chops him right in the gut.
Luke says, damn straight,
Queen down.
Ayla. Piccolo says, I love skateboarding. Miss it so much.
Oh, Andrade just got low blowed.
Oh.
Sting up top.
There he goes. He's going to die. Sophie says, with Roman holding both championships, isn't he allowed to be on both
Oh,
brands
shit.
or only on SmackDown? Both
Sting
brands,
took everybody out.
He should be on both.
Who's in both brands?
Roman holding both championships. Isn't he allowed to be on both brands? Yes.
Absolutely.
Matthew says, a transmission issue is not worth the cost, let alone risk. Luke says, I feel like if Trav opened his own auto shop, he'd never make money because his family would constantly be getting free fixes.
You know what's funny about that? That's probably true. But the transmission, if I can see how much it will cost. It's a newer car. So if it does need a newer transmission or something, I can do it. I can pull the old one out and put the new one in. It's not that much work. It's a front-wheel drive. It's a Ford Escort, right? Is it an Escort?
It's a
It's a Ford, the newer one.
Focus.
But it's a nicer new one.
Focus.
Just gotta focus on it.
2013. Sophie says, this week is flying by fast. Film says, well, there you are. Happy Wednesday. Vindicator says, LOL, Mr. Riley. And Robbie says, good old Luke. Yeah. Sophie says, what chips are you eating, D? They're not chips, honey. They're
Pretzels.
lemon cream covered pretzels. So they're like, they have white, like chocolate, and they're lemon flavored, and they're pretzels.
I should have held that, and you should have been the beauty queen that does the thing.
Anyways, they're actually pretty good. They're not too bad. I worried they'd be gross, but they were good, so I bought a whole bunch.
Way to get on the road again.
Matthew says, I was never good with electricity besides the
with my
basics.
friends.
As
I
Ayla
just
says, we'll
can't
see,
wait
Matthew. The
on
car in
the
question
road
is called a
again.
13 Franklin Ford. Film says, not going to lie, I like this episode of AEW, but I kind of still expected more, so giving it a 7.6 out of 10. Ayla says, facts, Luke. And Luke says, she already said Sophie. And Vindicator says, get it right, Travis. It's Sting!
It is Sting. I can't do it.
It's Sting! Bryce says, okay, I gotta go. I'll see you guys on Friday. Bryce says, good night, Wrestling Gab.
Good night.
Robbie says,
You lost it.
yeah. Robbie says, Luke getting angry with the robot, Sophie. We love to see it. Sophie says, it seems like these qualifying matches are random. Like, who was going to compete in it? Ayla says, yeah, he said you agreed to fix it. Hadn't thought about it since figured you were busy. Ha ha.
I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing, but no, I'll look at it.
Luke says,
And plus, the
I'm
weather's
not
been shitty anyway,
angry.
so I wouldn't have got to it anyway.
Yeah. Looks like I'm not angry. And Ayla says, calm down, Luke. It's okay. And Luke says, just annoyed, but I'm too drunk and snuggling with Jade and animals to be angry. Matthew says, Ayla, check out Scotty Kilmer on YouTube. He's a legit guy and can help you with your decisions. Ask a car question and put Scotty in the search. Philip says, Ayla, quick question.
Oh, I know who he's talking about. That dude's funny.
Pit Theater at Match Bailey or Bliss? I choose Bliss. What about you? Sophie says, don't fat shame D. Who was fat shaming me? Was I being fat shamed? Sweet. I know that they're so fluffy. I can't help it. I could be a stick then and I'd still have fluffy cheeks. Robbie says, Luke on the piss tonight. Yo. Film says, Ayla just wanted to say happy Wednesday. And Luke says, who the hell is fat shaming? Delete that. Myself? Was I calling myself fat?
I'm trying to. Oh, God! Hit him with the chair in the knee.
Matthew's like, I'm not about swapping parts. It's not about
Whoa.
swapping parts. Dropping a transmission is the cost of risk. That's of concern. Luke says, Ravi, just because your head doesn't go over most countertops doesn't mean you need to be taking the piss with me. Sophie says, "Oh, Ayla's a
Darby.
trouble. Love to see that."
Coffin drop.
Nicole says,
Oh no, Andrade caught him.
"Ooh, throw him."
Oh,
he
shit, he
broke
put his
face.
arms back behind him.
Did they even start the match?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, he never took his jacket off, so
It's
just
fine.
weird.
It's a coffin match. There's no rules.
Oh, well, he never took his jacket off, so it's just kind of weird.
You want to see his see-through blouse?
No, I don't want to see anything.
That's it. He's got
It's
the
just
same
weird.
shirt on that what's her name has, the Southern Belle.
Oh, Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans had on, but she had a lace bra on under it. He doesn't have that. I mean, come on. Darby's got to be the funnest guy in the world to wrestle. He can't weigh more than 130 pounds.
Pico says, "I get
Oh,
a cramp."
shit. He's in the
taking out
coffin.
the trash
He's
from
in the
curb,
coffin.
and 62-year-old Stinger does.
He's in it.
crossbody
Close the
for
lid. It's
fun.
over. Close the lid. It's over. Is it spikes? I feel like those are spikes. Are those thumbtacks?
Thumbtacks, I guess. Weird. Tony Khan in the chat says, "Thank you guys for being great for my huge announcement. We also
Woo.
having big free agents in the up of comes this May. Don't forget Double or Nothing and AEW Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
Couple of them
June
in a row.
26th, Fight TV. That's great, Tony. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thumbs
make
up.
sure you subscribe, Tony.
Ayla says it's called Franklin Ford because Travis sewed it up with wire after Jordan crashed it. Franklin Ford.
It looks pretty cool. I should probably put it on our
Sophie says
wrestling
about
channel.
pretzels with milk.
Yeah, the whole front end was caved
Yeah,
in, so I pulled it
pretzels
out
with
and I
milk.
just drilled holes in it, and then I literally took baling twine and wired it up.
They're pretzels that were dipped in lemon-flavored white chocolate.
Uh-oh, look at
Does
this.
that help? Looks like Sophie, leave people alone. Ravi says, "Luke, you need to chill. Maybe you would enjoy your own company."
Oh,
It was
shit.
Like, how am I in trouble? Films like Tony Khan, please add more women on TV. I love my women. Sophie says, he can't fix the computer. It was like, no one said anything about fat but Sophie. It's like, I'm never in trouble, Sophie, literally. Medicare's like, Dalitha is the perfect size for Sir Leopold to have the most comfortable bed possible.
He's about ready to fall off again.
Matthew says, if the engine undergoes and passes its test, then the transmission might be reasonable. It depends on how much you pay to rescue a vehicle.
Right.
Well, Matthew, I'm going to tell you this. With the prices of used vehicles now, you're better just fixing your fucking vehicle.
Sometimes, not always, sometimes he's going to fall.
He's like,
he woke
whoa,
himself
whoa.
up.
He's like, I better wake up and I'll move over here.
I got to adjust. Now he's going to fall that way. Why does he fall?
That way. Dork.
Anyway, sometimes the best used vehicle is the one you already own. Oh, he's destroying the coffin. Well, he's not strong enough.
This is weird.
Andrade's trying to break the coffin, but he is not strong enough.
Just jump on it.
He
Jump
tried.
on the lid.
He kicked it. It didn't
That's
work. It's got thumbtacks on it.
So weird.
I feel like Andrade's going to go through that table.
Probably.
Or through the coffin.
Yes.
Oh.
Luke says, Ravi, I love myself. I fought hard to get everything out of life, so I'm all good. Are you projecting again? Sophie says, you guys were saying something that D ate a whole bag of chips or something.
No, that's just a bag of chips, but they're not actually
They're
chips. They're
It's just chocolate-covered pretzels.
Yeah.
It says actually enjoy
Whoa, they're
whether or
both
not
in.
hate each other.
They're both in.
Like, you cracked me up, but it was like, no, we didn't. Matthew says, Darby weighs less than a soggy toothpick. Ayla's like, Sophie, where, who? Philip says, Ayla, bless, or Bailey.
That's it. It's
Robbie's
over.
Like, I don't hate Luke. And Ayla's like, okay, Robbie.
It's over. Oh, he's going to slam that hard. It's going to cut him open. Oh. The lid hasn't been closed officially. Oh, he flipped him off.
His assistant, Jose, can't get his clothes off.
Jose's taking his shirt off.
Looks as if you actually paid attention to the stream,
Who is Jose?
spam posting.
Oh, no! Right into the thumbtacks. And those are glued on. That would just rip you. Oh. There it is. It's over. Ring the bell. Darby the house elf with the dub.
Vinegar says, Dalitha, who gets on your nerves more, Tony Khan or Sonya Deville? I despise arrogant authority figures.
I like Sonya.
I like Sonya. I would have to say Tony. That's a good one.
Tony's just weird.
It was like, you're so full of crap. Phil's like, Piccolo, what do you think is winning, Darby or Andrade? Well, Darby won, so now
Darby
we know.
won.
Piccolo's like, that rail didn't give the gaslighting in this chat. Right? Like, what the hell?
I don't know.
Why are you calling me fat? That's not very nice. You look it up. I'm going to tell you to look it up. Robbie says, Ayla, you getting that farm style sink? LOL. Ayla's like, yes, Fat Lisa. Ayla's like, might, depends. And Luke says, by the way, Deletha, did you send a note with the hoodies? I did. I did send a note. Did you get it? Did you not get it? Film says, who is this moron? Get this moron out of here. Film says,
the
congrats
Hardys
to Darby. And Pico says, Jose taking his shirt off? Why? He thought it would make him look cooler.
So the Hardys want to go one-on-one with Sting and Darby?
I guess. He's like, my arm hurts.
Or are they clapping for him? They're clapping for him.
I don't know. Maybe he's deleting him and I don't know. Deleting and clapping? Anyways, Luke says, I asked because today my family called me saying that the mail lady delivered a note today. They took a pic and it was from you. The mail lady didn't say where the note was found at. That's really weird. Yes, I put it in the box. It was actually in the box with the hoodies. So I sent it. It was kind of in between like the hoodies, but it was in the box. So I don't know how they could have not been with it. That's weird. But yeah. Yeah, I sent a note. I wrote on it and everything.
Did you sign it?
I did. I signed it.
First autograph.
First autograph. It's going to be worth a lot of money. Never. Film says, Ayla, hope you got my question. Have a great day. Vindicator says, all right, Trav and Lady and Sir Leopold of the Knights of the Round Table. Nice show tonight. Sleep tight and see you for the letdown. That is SmackDown. That is as AEW does no overtime. No, they do not. Film says, okay, wrestling, Gab, it is time for me to go. I'll see you guys on Friday night. SmackDown match along. God bless America. God bless WWE.
They did go over
sexy armpits. Peace out.
2 minutes left.
They did. Those bastards. Yes. Bye, Film. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. We'll see you on Friday. And Matthew says, I appreciate that about them. And Ayla says, gaslighting is basically what Ravi does to me all the time, clapping. Film says, big hugs and big heart. Looks like, well, the hoodies are with me, but the letter is in USA. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It was like Luke calmed down and Matthew's like, yes, I spoke too soon. And Luke says, I read it. I greatly appreciate it. Well, I'm glad that you got it. I didn't even think anything of it. I was like, well, hopefully you got the letter. And then I just forgot about it. But Robbie says, Ayla, you love the attention. Yes, you all love the attention. And by the attention, I'm talking about me leaving now. Bye. I'm not reading any more of your chats. Good night. So long. I'll see you on Friday.
Thanks, everybody, for watching Wrestling Gab. We'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.